today has been a day. We've got a lot to get into, so I'm gonna rattle it off at lightning speed. Here we go! First, as you might tell from my intro, the major order is being called as of the close of the Estanu defense tonight in a complete and total victory for Super Earth. All 3 planets will be secure, 5 million Bile Titans have been bagged, and 750 million Terminids are in the dirt. As I said before, the Estanu defense still has a little tiny bit extra work to go on it, but victory is anticipated within 4 hours. It's basically just cleaning up the stragglers at this point, so those of you not assigned to the most well-defended frozen snot ball of the universe, go ahead and crack a cold one. You earned it. But that is hardly the only good news to report on today. The spore fall event that had affected Esker yesterday has been firmly rebuffed and its invaders repelled. The Akamar 4 situation has also been dealt with the final democratic sleep being executed over the planet roughly an hour ago. You guys are just knocking Buggy the fluff out today. Jeez. However, even with all these wins, all is still not well in the Galactic Sphere. The bugs are attempting to win back Socorro III, and with manpower stretched so thin, they might manage it, unless the planet gets a fresh infusion of manpower following the standard defense resolution. So, the exact situation is a little up in the air right now. The bots have begun marching again, illegally attacking Matar Bay in the Andromeda sector. That needs shut down in a big way, but we might not have enough divers to manage it. Given the overall state of the TQZ and the massive existential threat caused by the gloom, we might just have to let them have it. We'll stick a pin in that and come back to it later. Pinky promise. Now, as I mentioned this morning, I have some clips and a few images for us to watch tonight, so I hope you all got that super butter for the super popcorn from the superstore, because we are just going to launch right into this. Our first submission comes from Foxy Creed, who found a way to return to his super destroyer the easy way while on a bug dive. Forgive the lack of sound, dear viewers, but I'm afraid he was hot liking during this, and his keyboard was rather loud. That's definitely a bug. Here's something they get that fixed. Until the introduction of the Impaler, mechanized combat was very strong against the bugs, as if we needed another reason to hate those evil little tentacled weirdos. My next video comes from Tuvok, who showcases a desperate struggle. The Super Destroyer formation had to return to high orbit due to the threat of Automaton STS weapons, and the enemy was all around him. So he had to think fast on his feet with a little misdirection, a little speed, and a little bit of wisdom of when doing nothing at all was going to save his life.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing. Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Victory was never in doubt.
My last 2 videos tonight dropping in with our friends on the night crew from Super Japan. At least, that's the impression that I'm getting from the sounds of their dialect. I, watch a lot of anime. Was really rocking that cook out there, and it appears that he also favors the verdict. With Helldivers like this pushing the front lines, it is no wonder that we give the bugs of Esker a shallow, unmarked grave at the edge of town. And can I just say how much I adore the meaty sound of that shotgun? I've often thought that the sound of a weapon is a very important part of its design. It should sound deep, powerful, intimidating, and pulling the trigger on a cookout sounds like God slamming his truck door. My last submissions tonight come from a past contributor to the show, Cheebs, who was enjoying a few moments of good-natured victory in his various deployments across the Galactic Sphere. And that's definitely one way of making an omelet good and proper. I'm curious, and I gotta know, what was this bot's plan? What was going through his cybernetic little head? What, was he planning on bleeding on Cheebs? Kicking him in the shin with those stubby legs? Maybe he was thinking about just running up and falling on him. Liberty only knows. Aw, now this one is nice. Celebrating at a moment of, I can't believe we're still alive. Though I would have the staff take a look at some of those injuries. Gotta keep those handsome mugs in top shape, right guys? That's been Liberty's Latest with me, Pondera, the Radio Angel. I'll see you all bright and early tomorrow for any details on the next mutual order and any new patch notes that may or may not be present. So be sure to keep your Super Destroyer's comms locked to this frequency for the latest and greatest in patriotic news. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.